Missy. Corn. Miss Corn. All right, yo, we all sitting around and we with family. This is family. All right, y'all know who this is.
Yup.
All right, say hello.
Hello, everyone.
What's up?
So this man up here is his son.
My oldest son.
That's little friend. This Cornisha.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
Okay.
That's his fiance.
This is his
right
fiance.
There. Okay.
Cornisha is a therapist. A licensed therapist. Move us a little closer because I really want y'all to hear this dialogue. So what we're going to talk about tonight? What, Fred?
Can a woman
really
emasculate a man?
Emasculate a man.
Yeah.
Now, did y'all hear that? Y'all need to have a watch party. It's Saturday night. We just sitting around, we relaxing, and we get ready to have these deep dialogues. And hopefully the pizza man gonna come.
Right.
Yeah.
Y'all better be in church tomorrow too. But this is a really serious conversation because a lot of women and men alike. So now we have two couples with us for our coupling, and she's a licensed therapist. And so this is something I want you guys to have a watch party with because so many women, and it's not even women. I don't think women really understand what that word means. But a lot of men always say, Laura said, oops, someone else said, great topic. So have a watch party because she emasculated me. Or I was emasculated by her. Or I can't have an intimate relationship with her because I was emasculated. Or I was emasculated. In whatever way it is, this, I believe, is a word that the word is some men use, hey Chicago, because their innate ability or their lack of stepping into a role. And so if they lack stepping into a role, their defense, she emasculated me. So I was not allowed to function as a man because she emasculated me.
Or allowed to lead.
Now, husband, you got to tell them what that word means. Someone said this is good. Oh.
So emasculate, definitive, or the word defined, to deprive a man of his male role or identity.
Okay. To deprive.
Or make someone weak or less effective.
Okay. So make someone weak or less effective. Can a woman really do that?
Can we?
I'm asking you, therapist.
I don't particularly think so. I mean, how can I actually take you from the role that you're supposed to be stepping into?
Okay. And so she said, how can a woman really take a man out of a role that he is supposed to step into? The problem that most women are having is, especially women who are A personalities, women who are aggressive, they find themselves stepping into a role that's vacant. This is what you and you said that you were emasculated. The definition is, say it again, Fred.
The definition is to make someone feel weaker or less, or to deprive someone out of their role or identity, or deprive a man out of his role or identity.
So deprive a man out of his role or his identity. So if you deprive someone of something, that means you're taking away something that was supposed to be there. But if that is a vacant space, she steps in because he leaves her no choice. Only if a man allows her to. Karen just said that. She wanted the timeline. So I don't understand. How come men always say, you emasculated me, if the role wasn't available for a person to step in because he did not fulfill his obligations as a man? Lil Fred? Lil Fred is like, No, someone said phenomenal topic because so many men is crying. She emasculated me. She emasculated me. She emasculated me. Someone said the reception is bad. Y'all better check it, but because it seems like we're good on this end.
Yeah,
someone said it's freezing really bad. We're pretty good. And so if the role taking from him, she was allowed to do that if he handed the role over.
That's right.
So
happens when you're dealing with a strong woman,
okay,
right?
okay,
Because again, now the women that this gonna speak to is women that are in authority,
okay,
A personalities, women that really run their own thing. So this will really happen with women that really potentially may not need a man,
okay,
but for the purposes of partnership.
okay, okay.
Well, you want to say something, sugar?
No, you know what? Maybe if we turn off turn off the fan. Maybe that'll
Okay.
help. Because they keep saying Facebook reception is bad.
That's Facebook, baby. They messing
Someone said, "Why is this not on YouTube?" Because it's breaking up. We trying to do the best that we can, given the circumstances. And so, some people is freezing, some people are not. And so, we're going to try to do the best that we can. Understand? My husband said it's because are aggressive, or women are in aggressive roles.
Yeah, women that are.
But you got to understand, if a woman is in a role where she has to take the lead, she has no choice. And so I believe that men always say that when he can't step up to the plate and fulfill the role. The first thing he says is, "You emasculated me." I think that word, and I know a lot of people are going to not like me, I believe that word is an excuse for a man that does not know how to step up to the plate. Because I know, no. Why you disagreeing?
I just don't agree.
Why not?
What if a man tried, but you've been playing that role for so long till you emasculated him in that way? And he tried and he cannot do it because you've been doing it so long.
Okay, but I think, and you're right, I give you that. However, if she's been single for so long, she already knows her role.
Right.
A woman that's been single for a long time that knows her role, and when she finds a man that wants to play a role, that means he better add up, because she already knows a level of independence and self-sufficiency until if he has that role naturally, go back down. He has to, if she got it going on,
Right.
and she here, he got to be here.
Right, because she's been in survival mode all this time.
And that's what
so
it
when
is,
you
a
come in,
survival mode.
I'm not just going to let down my guard and just say, okay, whatever happens. Until you make me comfortable.
Right, but that's where the emasculation theory comes in. Is when she takes the role, she's doing everything, and she played the role of superwoman for so long. If you come along and you're doing that, then she continues to take the lead. Then you say, "Oh, me." No. Why should I step down from doing something that's natural for me, and you come along and I gotta make you work? You coming along and I gotta make you do this.
But baby, I think every case ain't like me and yours. Like,
Okay.
so you were ready for me in a sense.
Okay.
Right? So, but I think there's two sides of it. We got the side that you're talking about where the man is not ready, or he isn't enough to give that person, to give that woman the trust that she needs to be able to say, "I can let my guard down." Right?
Okay, right.
But we also have the woman that's not ready to give up the role.
Okay.
So there is two sides. We do have, and what we're saying tonight is, I still don't think a man can be emasculated. I think as a matter of fact, you asked me the question, right, baby?
Yeah.
She asked me the question. And I flat out said no woman can emasculate me.
You did.
And the reason why I said that is because a man can only allow a woman to emasculate him.
Wow.
You just can't do that. I can allow you to do it, but you just can't do that. And a lot of men now, they have wrong. No, you allowed it to happen because you either tried to fight, and we'd have had cases, right? I've counseled people where they had cases where they got a strong woman,
Right.
and what they try to do, because the language, love language, meaning not just touchy-feely, sensitive intimacy, but the knowing how to deal with them,
Right.
So he want to try to get mad and fight. That's not how you do that. Because I think a lot of it has to do with a man not being mature enough to have the language to be able to give a woman what she needs to trust and say, I can let my guard down. Because a woman is only going to let her guard down.
Right.
Well, a woman wants to let her guard down.
Right.
I think one of the things that I said with you, I felt safe. I mean, look at what's happening in the world. Women are running everything from to vice president to everything feasible. Women are running. And so at some point in time, real men are not threatened by that. They say, if I can't match you, then I'm going to do my best to meet you somewhere in the middle. I think when men use the word, and this is just me, I think when men says, well, she emasculated me, it's his excuse. Because 9 times out of 10, if you talk to someone from his past, it is the same history. History would be like, that nigga ain't what, oh, did I say it? Well, I mean, this is my, that nigga ain't want to work back then and he ain't want to work now. Oh, he did that to the last chick. Or, he used to say the same thing to me. And if you find a pattern of men not stepping up to the plate, you have to be very careful when he start throwing that word around, emasculation. Because 9 times out of 10, and I hate saying that, that is his pattern when he has a history of being weak.
Yeah.
I believe that some men, now the therapist is right here. I believe, now I'm not saying, I'm saying some men. They a sport when they can't have their way. No, you're not. No, but I think, no, seriously. Right. I think some men use that and they throw that around like spoiled brat when they can't have their way. You emasculated me, but you don't want to work. You emasculated me, but you emasculated me. And so I don't have sex because you emasculated me. Well, I believe you got to ding.
You don't have sex, baby.
You got to ding ding, then you swing the swing thing.
Well, I'm just saying, no, I'm saying, are you saying men that hold themselves back from their woman?
They always, now,
we know this ain't our part of the message.
This ain't our part of the message.
We good.
The message. But I'm saying,
spite me, baby.
Message.
Go
But
ahead.
I think that sometimes that's an excuse. When he can't follow through in the bedroom, in the boardroom, there you go. Mm-hmm. So if you emasculated me, excuse me. I'm like, yeah, you give your, Fred's my king. I pick him up. However, what happens if he ever falls short in some areas? You're going to take all of that and say, no, emasculation is a pattern.
That's what it is. I like that.
It's a pattern.
Yeah.
It's a pattern.
So you're saying if it's a pattern, it just don't happen off day one.
No, it don't happen overnight.
It happens when you show a certain behavior.
He falls short of the glory. He falls short of the glory of God in more areas than one. Because
this is the thing about emasculation. Emasculation doesn't happen. You can't just be good in the bedroom. You can't be good in the bedroom and think that is going to straighten everything else out. You have to be matured in every area. And then you got to be matured enough to know what area you're not good in. Mm-hmm. I think the thing that's been beneficial to us is the areas that she's good in. Right. We had a situation that happened where it was what she needed to do. It was an area of expertise that she needed to speak. Right. Mm-hmm. And I couldn't speak to it. Now, I had to shift and say, well, baby, you handle this. Right. But if my maturity was off, then I could have looked at it wrong. And I think a lot of men don't know how to well balance a relationship because there's something you may not be good at. Right. That it's not necessarily you are emasculated because what if she's at it and then you go do it and you want to do it because you're a man and then you mess up and make a dumb move. Right. So emasculation happens because of immaturity of behavior that happens over a pattern of time.
Right.
When I think about this, and I'm a little primitive in my thinking, but when I think about a lion and I think about a lioness, both of them are strong, but one of them doesn't go and hunt.
Right.
The lion doesn't go and hunt, but the lion does.
Right.
See, the thing about it is knowing what role you're supposed to carry.
That's good.
In it.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. I think a lot of times when you speak about roles, you gotta differentiate what role is gonna be played. Some roles fall in naturally, like my husband just said with the lioness. She hunts. The lion he fights. And so if you are a female and you're the hunter, or he's the hunter and you're the fighter, he's a fighter, you got to create that balance. I think sometimes when that balance isn't created, it becomes competitive because nobody wants to pick a role. It's ego. Sometimes things become egotistical where you compete over who's going to be better, who's going to be better at what. Find that maybe the wife is better, then egos play a role, and you say
egos. That's the word.
You emasculated me. Well, why I emasculated you? Because I know how to balance a checkbook. Well, why I emasculated you? Because you wasn't doing it, and it's almost like taking the lead on things. It's just some things that I'm gonna, Fred has to take the lead. Man, I'll be like, Fred, because I want him to take the lead on things. Sometimes I don't even have to ask him.
Right.
I know that's the role that he loves, but I think when men find themselves that they ain't playing no roles, just taking up space, you just in the house, you just there, you paying bills, barely. Anything happen in the bedroom? No. Well, what are you doing? And then when the wife says, "Look, man, I do it. I'll pay the bill," and then she gets frustrated. She's like, "Move, I do it." Then he says, "You emasculated." No, that's just your excuse. It's freezing, baby. That's your excuse.
I was going to say that. I'm glad you said that.
Yeah.
Okay, so a woman make a man feel emasculated just by her tone and the way that she talks to him in general.
I believe she can. But I believe also women speak out of frustration. This thing is freezing because the numbers are dropping. I believe that the role that she plays in the relationship is to give him a level of nurturing. If she does not follow through and she uses a respectful mannerism or tone, then at some point it's okay to say, "Wait a minute, you ain't gonna talk to me like that."
Right.
It's because if he keeps allowing that behavior, it's gonna happen. See, the broadcast is interrupted and something happened to the Wi-Fi. If it cut off, y'all, we just gonna seriously.
But stay on.
So go ahead and say what you said.
Yeah, that's all I was saying. Like, can a woman actually make a man feel emasculated by her tone and just her delivery of what she has to say?
Okay.
She may have a lot of opinions about what's going on, but how should she actually bring it to him? How should she actually deliver? In order.
Restart it, please.
No,
So they trying to hear it.
Right. No, I'm sorry, y'all. I mean, we can't restart it. We just gonna do what we can now.
And you can go back and pick it up later.
Yeah, please do. I believe that her tone has a lot to do with it. But her tone will be okay if there was a level of respect already predicated in the relationship.
Right.
The respect is what it is. It's like I will say this. I don't mind Fred checking me. As strong as I am, there's a level of respect that he don't have to raise his voice. He don't have to talk to me one time.
Right.
Because I value what he has put in this marriage. And that's what I'm saying. If you don't put anything in your marriage or in your relationship, you allow yourself as a man to be emasculated. So when you come with value, the respect is already there, and emasculation is nowhere found.
And I can't get overbearing. Now she said she allowed me to check, but most men don't know how to check a strong woman.
Wow.
See, in most cases, if you got a strong woman, that you have to do things. And I think a lot of times, because men have been in relationships where they a certain way or they handle things a certain way. When they come in contact with a strong woman, they feel like they got a rod. Again, I use the lion because he doesn't have to do all that. It's the presence of a man that changes things.
Yeah.
And if as the presence is there, if the maturity is there, you don't have to go all off. You don't have to you don't have to do all that. It's your presence and maturity in the relationship that emasculation will never come in. But it's yourself on both sides, because there's the other side too.
Right.
The other side is, again, the woman that will not come down, and she has, because I do believe that this is the other side of it, baby.
Right.
That some women have found the right man, but they could not, because of their past, they couldn't use the harness, the lead in it.
Right.
They couldn't do it because they couldn't come to that trust mode. They didn't, it's too much that didn't happen to them.
Right. A man just went up the timeline just now. He said, I'm a man and I'm not working. You have to understand that things happen, period. But understand, as a man and you're not working.
That's good.
He said that. I've actually known a couple. He stopped working and the wife took the lead. But she took the lead too long. She took the lead too long where he wasn't working, and it went to 6 months. She held it down. Then it went to a year. She held it down. Then it went to 2 years. She said, oh, hell no.
Yeah, he just stopped working.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, man, I like my verbiage. The hell is in the Bible. Please don't throw me under the bus. She said, I'm frustrated now because now it's 2 years. And so now so the her tone.
Right.
Present in the relationship, because he was like, I'm comfortable. That part. And so you've got to be very mindful that if you're not working, what are you doing as a substitute until you find a job? Does she come home and the house is clean? Or are you sitting up playing Xbox?
Right.
I mean, seriously, if you're not working and she understands that and she holding it down, are the kids taken care of? These kids in Zoom right now, are you helping them with their homework? But does she have to come home, clean the house, take care of the kids, and do everything because you're not working? It's just not right. Even the Bible says a man that don't want to work will tell you it's a lion in the street all the time. That's scripture.
There's somebody going to the timeline that they said I think you said you needed some advice from me. If you need advice from me, you have to inbox my wife.
Yeah. It's a
You need
female?
it, yeah,
Oh, yeah. Yo, check this out. If you're a female,
Yeah.
you need to inbox me. We don't play that.
just-
mess
Please
here.
inbox me.
Not here. Not here. Not here. Not inbox me. We ain't
So
playing
just
that.
inbox my wife if you have any question. But this is the thing to the guy that's not working.
Right.
So, like my wife said, you have to make sure that you playing your part, but you
Right.
can't get in your feelings neither.
Exactly.
Because as a man, you can easily start getting to your own emotions,
Right.
and your own feeling,
Right.
and she's not projecting that.
Right.
She ain't projecting nothing. She ain't said nothing. She ain't did nothing different. But because you're in a place where your emotions is now you're messed up,
Right.
because breaking for you, you start messing up the relationship and you start acting out,
Right.
because you're feeling a certain way about the situation. And if you're not the one working, you got to be careful that you don't cast off, or that you don't project your feelings onto your wife or your fiance because you're in this position. Because a lot of times couples start messing up because you start men there start drinking excessively, smoking excessively, these things excessively, because their emotions and they're depressed and they're oppressed, and now it's not you feel emasculated, you feel emasculated.
Right. I think they take that onus on themselves because they take that onus on themselves because they don't understand their role. Remember, emasculation is the role. If she has to step into the role, then you got to ask yourself, what did you do with your kahunas? Did you say, here, baby? It's a difference between, what, Baba? Hush, mush, mom.
I love you.
I love you too.
Go ahead on.
I mean, seriously, you can hand them over to. You left the role open too long. Do you know, as we want answers?
Yeah.
When our bobos stink, Fred, what we gonna do? You can't.
Now hold it, baby.
No.
What?
Now we had a serious situation that
We
happened,
did.
right? We had like a serious situation that happened.
Yeah.
And at the moment, I didn't have an answer.
Right.
And see, this is now, and I need you men to catch this. At the moment, I did not have the answer, and she was distraught. But I prayed, and I say, and I asked God, I say, now, Lord, I know you done this, so you got to show me. Now, the answer didn't come immediately, but in time, right when it was time for us to do or to go to be in position where we need to be in a position.
Right.
So I'm saying that yes, I'm answer, but don't be down on yourself if you ain't got the answer right then. It's also a man's position to search out an answer.
Right. But you said that. You said if I don't have the answer, let me pray about it and I'm going to get it.
And I'll search it out.
Right. I think a lot of times when you talk about emasculation comes when women get frustrated. Watch this. We get frustrated, and emasculation comes when you hand over your position as a man. Every woman, I'm saying this with all these women that are going on my timeline saying, let me adjust the camera. Hold on, let me move it. Fix the, okay, maybe that'll help a little bit better with the reception. With all the women that I deal with on a basis, women want to yield. Women want to submit. Women want to be told, I'm going to say it this way, what we going to do today? But if you don't give me the information that I need to function in a yielding capacity, then that ain't my fault. That's yours. Because we want to yield. Yeah. Someone said, right, hold on, let me watch this. Message. Every woman that want a man to lead her,
That's true.
Please give a smiley face.
That's true.
Watch this. And 5, and 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Watch them come up there. Give a smiley face. If you want a man that knows how to lead. I wish I could put my smiley face up there, but it's coming. Bam. There they go.
Right.
We all feel that way. However, what happens when we with someone and he can't tell his knee elbow? No, seriously.
It's good. That's good, baby.
What do you do? What do you do when you like, babe, are you gonna work? You gonna work? Are you gonna cook? And then what do you do when you deal with somebody and it's just like, what is wrong with him, Lord? You ain't got no answers, and all he want to do, now this is some men, is just want to dress up. I want to look nice and I want to look the part. Ain't no substance, ain't no character, ain't no finances, ain't no. You just looking the part. Oh, you've emasculated me. No, Negro, you.
No power.
Right.
Say that again, Fred. Give me some, little Fred. He said.
That's my son.
Say it again.
Yeah, you ain't walking in no power.
Okay. Real men walk in power and authority.
Real men don't even entertain emasculation. We don't even entertain.
Oh, that's my boy.
Shut up. That's right.
Did you hear my blood?
Did
you hear my blood speak?
Say it
That was
louder
my
for
blood speaking.
We don't entertain emasculation.
He said real men don't entertain emasculation.
Yeah.
So
Now, you say you can't fight the feeling. You human, but we don't entertain it. It don't last long.
okay.
Get up and go. Let's get it.
Right.
Yeah.
So you believe that Corey Page is with him timeline. So you believe that
What's up, Corey?
when a man
Yo.
so when a man says that, and you said real men don't entertain it, explain that to the brothers watching.
I kind of feel like it's all, I was raised by right here. I ain't got long to sit down and be talking about what I can't do and what I can't provide. What's
Right.
next? You know what I'm saying? Next, how can I get there? So you sit and lay in that's on you. Character flaw.
Wow.
That's a character flaw. That's how I feel.
Wow.
Yeah.
And see, my mama's a strong woman.
Yeah.
And see, the thing about it, my mother taught me how to strive with her. Because I ain't going to say handle, because some of y'all will say handle and you'll take that word as wrong in some cases.
Right.
My mother taught me how to strive because I saw my mother.
Right.
And I saw how she handled men. Now, I'm using the word handle. So she taught me how to thrive. So women that other men probably could not be in the same confines, and I ain't even talking about relational. I'm talking about just being around, because some men can't even be around a strong woman.
Can't handle her presence.
They can't right. Thank you. They can't even handle her presence. Because I learned from my mother, I was always able to be in relationship, with a strong person, but them not emasculate me, because I knew who I was, because that's what my mother taught me, how to be in the same presence with someone. And I think some men, you don't know how to be in the presence of a strong woman.
Wow.
Because immediately when you see them functioning the way that they function, first of all, your vocabulary may not be like theirs. In some cases, their vocabulary is higher than yours. And you feel some certain way about that. Their education may not be where yours is. You feel some type of way.
Right.
The job. We're in the market right now where women make more than men. You feel some kind of way. So it comes down to you have to now find out what the root is and how it's built, and are you really being mature in it?
I want to say I hope everybody is safe in the because I know that's a reason for a lot of the reception flaws. I want to say one of the things that I want to talk about, we're going to probably talk about this at a later date. Black women find themselves in a level of hardship, finding a husband or finding someone to be in a relationship with. And you, Black women are so aggressive. They emasculate Black men.
Oh, that's a good man. I'm glad you went there.
They emasculate Black men. You got to realize we've been put in a role that we weren't designed to be in. We wasn't designed for that. You studied the Bible. You talk about the Euphrates River over, the Garden of Eden. That's over in Africa. And so you got to understand, over in Ethiopia, this Black man was in the Garden of Eden with this chick named Eve, and he was given responsibility before he had sex. So men want to have sex before responsibility. Hold up now, wait, what you doing? You know how to work? You know how to build. What can you create? What can you create without creating it off of my back? See what I'm saying? One thing about my husband and I love, he came in with his own. And he teaching me how to build. Booyah. Stuff that I don't know. This man did 12 years over already. Things that I don't need to talk about. I don't know what to talk about. I call Fred. I'm not going to call Fred and it just fall apart because, he don't know what he's talking about. You have to understand that there is a difference between men and boys.
Yeah, somebody just said grown man or grown boy.
Yeah, you a big little boy. And big little boys are always screaming about emasculation because they lead with the thing that's between their legs that may not be but so big.
Be good.
We grown this late night. Hallelujah, down to glory. However, you got to understand that if you could lead with this, then it'll get you further, because when we see you leading with this as opposed to the other thing, we will respect you.
Yeah.
Because when it all boils down, the answer comes from up here. They come to the level of emasculating. Yeah, I'm emasculating. He emasculated me.
But I think that's it, though,
Wait a minute, no, man. She took my manhood.
Impossible.
How?
How am I, nigga? No, I'm mad. How am I gonna take your manhood? How am I gonna take something biologically?
Have you ever had it for her to be able to take it? Have you ever had it? It ain't happening. I don't understand.
I'm sorry. I can get deeper, man.
I think though, David, I think that's right though. I think men that come into the relationship, and you come into the relationship sexual. Meet this person and it starts out sexual, and it builds off of that platform, right? Okay. You develop a relationship. That's how you start. You kick it, vibing or whatever.
Right.
It gets serious, but it's the strongest part has been the sex. So when you start dealing with real life,
right,
and every day, now the sex don't mean nothing. It don't play a part in everyday struggle,
right,
and everyday things that are going on, that the happiness of every day don't. And then when that happens to a man,
right,
that's when the man begins to feel emasculated, because he's no longer able to satisfy the situation, because what he started out with, it ain't good enough no more.
Right.
Sex is not something that you lead in a relationship with.
Right.
And I think a lot of men want to lead in relationships with sex, And then after you can't lead in the relationship with sex no more because real life is saying, hey, how we finna do this? What we gonna do right here?
Yeah.
What you gonna do? And then when that's over, the man starts feeling emasculated because once them minutes or whatever is over, whatever is over is over. But that's not the answer for life.
I think when, they always say, she took my manhood. She took my manhood.
Somebody say some men love weak women.
Ooh.
Well,
That's true.
some
So
men
they can
do.
control the situation.
But I'm saying, say that again.
Instructs their go.
And so they like to control the situation. And so when the woman says, wait, hold on, we're not going to do this. This doesn't make sense. You emasculated me. That's why I think when men say that is a boy's cry for his innate ability to lead as a man.
So as a counselor, what would you say to a woman that is in a relationship with a guy and she says that he keeps saying that she's emasculating him, but she feels like she's doing all she can to make him feel comfortable?
I would say that they both need to come together and evaluate, consider roles in their household. They actually can identify, okay, their roles, not necessarily gender roles, because you should be helping and equal in certain areas. But once he identify what makes him feel emasculated, they can go from there. So then she can kind of evaluate herself and see, okay, do I really make him feel that way? Am I really discouraging him in this area? Am I really bringing him down or speaking down on him in these areas, so that she can evaluate herself and see if she's actually playing a part in that? If not, it's his job to go to therapy at this point, because it's something in him that's causing him to feel that way that has nothing to do with her. Don't punish her from what you have going on inside of you.
That's good. Well, that's the word.
That's the word, Mockingbird.
That's the word. Emasculation. Can a man really allow himself to be stripped of a role that he was supposed to walk in? Men are supposed to walk in a role, but the area that they lack, they're supposed to Scarface that. Scarface can't teach. If y'all don't put that raggedy movie away, the Mac can't teach you that.
The Mac can't teach you
The
that.
Mac can't teach you that. You need to find yourself sitting at the feet of some wisdom and listening to a man that knows what it is to go and get it. Emasculation, you heard what little Fred said. He said, nah, you can't take that from me. Because real men, they won't even allow it. It's time for pizza. What time is it? We gonna really eat pizza at this time?
Yeah, we finna eat pizza.
I'm gonna preach tomorrow, pizza or not. It's 9:47. Watch this. Sweetheart, can I serve you?
Of course you can.
Okay, what would you like to drink? Water?
I want Pepsi tonight.
You want ice in your Pepsi?
Yes.
I serve my husband.
She
I
does.
serve him.
She does.
I serve my husband.
But
You
I
know-
serve her too.
That's right. And you know what? Emasculation is not even you know why? Because he walks in his role. Why?
Oh, someone asked my name. I'm Cornisha Simmons on Facebook, or you can look up Visions of Hope Counseling on Facebook or Instagram. The Hope LLC. Thank
There
you.
you go. Understand. Fred talked to me. He say jump. I asked him 3 questions. Through the roof, through the heavens, or through the hemisphere. That's what you do when you got a real man. And he be like, emasculation? Nah, I ain't gonna even raise my voice. Fred he just look at me like this. Brooklyn.
That's more than enough.
That's what shall wait. All you gotta do is just look at me like this. His voice get real deep like Mufasa's. He go, Jameliah. I jump. You ain't gotta ask me. And that's the role of a real man. I ain't gotta beg him to go to work. I ain't gotta beg him to build nothing. I gotta beg him to preach. I ain't gotta beg him to do nothing. I ain't gotta worry about him stealing from me, ripping me off. I ain't gotta worry about his crazy kid. I ain't gotta worry about none of that. Well, let me get off this thing. I should have took a nap tonight because, when I don't sleep, Fred, I get real giddy, don't I?
We good over here.
We good over here. See
Good
that?